Hello, and welcome to Creating Your Own Screencast. I'm your host, Carly Rodriguez. A screencast is a digital video recording of a user's screen or desktop, complete with real-time or post-edited narration. It is often done as a video tutorial to allow viewers to follow exactly what the tutor or narrator is doing. Now, there's a lot of different types of screencasting software out there, like Jing, Screencast-O-Matic, Camtasia, Snagit. But today we are going to be focusing on Microsoft PowerPoint. I'd like to start off with a quick poll question for the audience. How many workshop attendees have used PowerPoint 2016 before? How many participants have created a screencast? And for those of you who have created screencasts, what programs did you use? And if you actually have PowerPoint 2016. Now, college students and people working in academia can get this for free. It's available on Microsoft's website, but for the purpose of this, if you don't have PowerPoint already, please just follow along and we'll get you a copy of the webinar after for your own review. When I first created my very first screencast, it took me more than 4 hours to do a couple-minute presentation. Now, since then, I have refined the process for you so you can create a great screencast in less than 20 minutes. I'm going to go through the steps of creating a screencast in Microsoft 2016 once, so you can visually see and know what you're going to be doing. And then I'm going to walk through the process once more with participants as you record the steps in your own screencast creation process. Now, some people may have difficulty remembering all the steps in the beginning. I would encourage you to take notes as we go along using the handout. Remember, practice makes perfect, and you can always reference your notes if you need them. The first step of creating a screencast is making sure your screen is set up properly. You don't want to have a ton of stuff on the screen. You want it to be clear, and you want to have everything up that you're going to show your audience. Once your screen is clear, you will open up PowerPoint 2016. You will be in the backstage view, such as shown here, and you're going to select on the right side a blank presentation, or you can choose a different template, which is shown on the right side below the blank presentation. Whatever you choose doesn't matter. I selected a blank presentation, and I'm ready to get started. Get started with inserting your screen recording. Select the Insert tab up at the top next to the Home tab. This will bring the drop-down menu, and if you mouse over to the far right, under Media section, you'll see a Screen Recording button. Left-click on that. Once you've selected the Record button, you will see PowerPoint Minimize, and your screen that is set up will be showing. Now you'll see a dock up at the top middle which will disappear during your recording if you do not pin it. You can pin it by clicking on that little tab in the far right bottom corner of the dock, and you'll see it highlight in gray. Other things that you'll want to set up in the dock is if you want to record your voice, then you can click on that recording there. If you decide not to record your voice, then you can record it at a later time. Right next to the voice recording on the right is an arrow option where you can show your pointer on your screen, which I would also recommend using. Before you get started with your screen recording, you're going to need to select the area that will be recorded on your screen, which is indicated by the dotted red lines on this image here. Now to select that area in Windows 10, you can click on the Windows logo key and the Shift button and the A key. This will help bring up the option to select the area. Or you can left click on the middle button that says select area, and then you're going to click on the top area and drag the outline to the screen to show what you want to show the audience. If you mess up, don't worry, you can reselect the area before recording. To start recording, simply click on the record button at the top left of the dock. Once you've clicked on the record button, a countdown will begin. If you want to stop recording, then you can press the Windows logo key, Shift, and Q, and that will stop. Or you can use the buttons on the dock. If you need to pause the recording, just click on the pause button. Once you decide to click stop, your recording will completely end. Once you have stopped recording, your screencast will appear on the slide. Once you've completed your screencast, there are some editing options that you may want to use to format it. Up at the top, there is a Format tab. If you don't see it, if you double click on your screencast, then it will show up. Now at the top left, you'll see there's the option to play your screencast, and you can also adjust the color and some of the other options there. In the middle, you can choose the border effects for your screencast. If you want to have a black border for it, you can add it there. And on the far right side, you can arrange items on the PowerPoint, or you can also align the screencast to center in your image. You can change the height and width of the screencast to make it bigger or smaller, or you can crop areas out if you don't want the entire screencast to show. To the right of the Format tab, you will see that there's a playback option. Here, you can actually work with some of the playback settings, and on the editing section, you'll see there's an option to trim the video, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And there's an option to fade in, so when the video starts, it'll start from nothing and then kind of slowly fade into the image or fade out. You can adjust seconds that it will actually do that for. And to the right of that, you can see there's an option to start the video automatically. You're going to want to do that. You can also select to play the video full screen, so when you're playing your slideshow, it will show on 100% of the slide, which is pretty helpful. In the editing options, you've got the trim video, and this will show the video itself. You can hit play and it'll play the entire video. The beginning and the end, if you notice that there's significant time where there's no talk, you can actually trim the beginning and end off of the video. So you can select a specific start time manually, or you can drag the bars over from the right or the left. Once you've done that and you like where it's at, then you hit OK and it will trim your video. Once you've finished with your video editing, you can review your entire slideshow. You will do this by clicking on the Slideshow tab up at the top, and then you will select on the left side from the beginning, and it will play your entire show. Once you're ready to save, up at the top left, click on the File tab, and you will see this screen. You will then from there to Save As, and then you will select this PC or wherever else you want to save it. You're going to select the type of file, MP4, which will create it as a video. This can be uploaded onto websites such as YouTube. In the box above the file type, you're going to type the name and then select Save. From there, it will actually render the video, which can take a significant amount of time. Now, there are a few things you want to remember not to do while you're creating your screencast recordings. It may seem obvious, but you don't want to be boring. You want to vary the rate, pitch, and speed of your voice. And while you're recording, try not to have too many files open on the screen because that can actually slow down and cause delays. You also don't want to have any kind of personal information that strangers could glean from looking at your computer. You want to avoid background noise so they're not distracted by other noises. And make sure that your voice is not cutting in and out by reviewing how the recording sounds. Try not to make things in the content of your video too complicated because you want the users to be able to follow along. There are many applications for actually using a screencast. You could use them to provide training for navigating through virtual libraries or other routine tasks. You could create step-by-step tutorials on how to do pretty much anything on a computer. They have also been used for peer-assisted learning, flipping the classroom, so to speak, and having students teach particular topics that they learn. And screencasts have also been used in assisting people with disabilities. So, for example, if they can't hear your instruction, you could upload a video onto YouTube which will have captions for your screencast and they can read what to do. If you're interested in actually creating screencasts, I have some recommended reading that would help you in the design of your screencast. Now, these different articles have great tips. They have examples of good screencasts. They've got examples of bad screencasts. And I really recommend looking at some of those materials. On the article, Enhancing Student Experience and Performance Through Peer-Assisted Learning, you might want to pay particular attention to pages 335 and 336 with those real-world examples. Again, that's 335 and 336. Okay, now here's where things get a little bit more fun because practice makes perfect. And we're going to go from understanding how to make a screencast to actually applying this. And we're going to create a screencast product that you can plan to use for future screencast performances. So it's your turn. So minimize your Blackboard here. And you can actually hopefully still hear me what I'm saying. And we're going to go through the steps of actually creating a PowerPoint screencast. And you are going to be able to create your own screencast so that you can do this again and you can refer to this screencast in the future for yourself. So to start out, we're going to start out by setting up your screen and we're going to have you can actually put the Blackboard on the side if you'd like, or you can actually leave it full screen because your PowerPoint will be open on top of it. So if you're okay with how the Blackboard looks, set that up and open up PowerPoint. We're going to go back to the beginning with opening up the program. We're going to go to the Insert tab and insert your screen recordings. We're going to get started with recording. Congratulations on meeting the objectives. You've created and enhanced your own screencast. Does anybody have any initial questions? Do you all feel like you learned something? Please take a moment to write down something that you liked about the presentation and something that you did not like about the presentation. You can actually email these comments or tweet me at twitter.com. This is my library handle at Florida Bookworm. My email address is cnrodrigues@valdosta.edu. I really look forward to hearing your likes and dislikes. Here are some of the references if you are interested in learning more. Again, thank you for coming, and I hope you guys have a great day.